This week's IP news. A New Jersey federal court has ruled in favor of Allstate Insurance in a dispute over attorney's fees in a case involving allegations of employee misuse of company confidential information and trade secrets. Defendants Stillwell and Francie worked for Allstate from 2008 until September 2015. They both signed independent contractor agreements that included non-compete, non-solicitation, and confidentiality clauses. They left Allstate and began working for Stillwell Financial Advisors, SFA. Shortly after this, Allstate filed suit, claiming that the defendants had violated the non-compete, non-solicitation, and confidentiality clauses, misusing confidential information and trade secrets such as Allstate customer contact and policy information. The parties also agreed that SLC wouldn't solicit, sell, or service life insurance policies, annuity contracts, or other businesses in competition with Allstate. Allstate then sought $519,347.60 in attorney's fees because it had prevailed on certain claims for breach of contract, misappropriation of trade secrets, and unfair competition. The defendants argued that the fee petition should be denied because Allstate didn't prevail on all its claims. Also, they argued that Allstate couldn't be the prevailing party because it was awarded no damages on summary judgment or otherwise, and thus couldn't point to any relief ultimately achieved as a result of the litigation. While plaintiff did not prevail on all of its claims, and although Stillwell was awarded a monetary judgment on one of his counterclaims, plaintiff maintains that the summary judgment rulings in its favor implicate the agreements between ALIC, Stillwell, and Francie, which contractually provide that ALIC is entitled to reasonable attorney's fees in the event that it successfully brings an action premised on breach of the agreement's restrictive covenants. The court noted that this wasn't a case in which the plaintiff was denied damages by a jury. Instead, Allstate agreed to give up its pursuit of damages as a condition of the parties' settlement agreement. Defendants argued that Allstate showed poor billing judgment for continuing to aggressively prosecute this case for 5 years when Allstate should have been aware that it has suffered minimal to no damages after 1 year. However, the court said that the defendants were also responsible for the protracted nature of this litigation. A takeaway here: when entering into a settlement, make sure to also address the issue of attorney's fees to avoid expensive surprises later on. Want to read more about trade secrets? Visit www.eonlaw.com. Eon Law. Unleashing Genius.